Continuing with our completionist run on Gwathorn's games, and here in Swanfleet I'm about to do 2 quests in the same place but very different levels. See, one's white and I'm level 15 now, and the other one is turquoise. So I've delayed the turquoise one until I'm an appropriate level to cause havoc here by stealing pins out of the siege engines. But the reason you don't want to do this too early is because of the captains. Several elite captains wandering around. Now I didn't, although I've done this before, I didn't have it in my memory where the pins are, so that first little area I didn't really need to do. But here we go. You remove the pins from the siege engines and hope that the orcs are too dumb to notice. And so there'll be havoc when they fire it. But there's none over that way. I can see a couple ahead, in fact 3. So I've just got to clear the way. They tend to hide behind things. There we go. Just take out the opposition. And I've got to take out Uruks here in a certain combination of exact classes. But I'm going to be taking so many, I don't think that'll be a problem. Plenty of archers here. I think it wants me to take 2 captains and I've already done 1, as well as everything else already. So that's finished. So I'm going to go and report that in at Lintrev. Now, white quests, but I am gaining XP at the moment. I took the Stone of the Tortoise off because there was nothing but white quests left. I thought it'd be okay to go up another level without out-leveling things. So I'm now at the last camp in Swanfleet, the last stable location, picking up the side quests there, and again they're of very different levels. There's a turquoise one to take care of first, just going up the river and bringing back the bucket. So it's pretty straightforward as long as you clear the opposition on the way there. You have an easy run back. And you throw the water on whatever you're facing when you get there. One time I threw the water all over that elf that sent me to get it. Now I need either wood trolls or horns for one of the side quests, but that boss Uruk was part of the epic quest. I'm getting these seeds or berries. I have another quest to take out wood trolls, but it's in a completely different place. So I'll do what's necessary north of here first. There's a big orc camp at the top of the hill, which I'll have several quests and a deed to do there. Okay, just one more berry needed. And take out that troll, then I've got that. Okay, now I've got a certain number of Uruks to take, and I've got to examine the garbage piles. Now, the most difficult thing here are the captains. They have a stun which lasts a long time. So unless you have an ability to get yourself out of stun and you're quick to use it, they can beat you up at their leisure while you're stunned. That's 6 of 8. Okay, report this round of quests. And now they're going to send me back up there again. But I might... what I'm going to do is hand in this epic quest. And what I now get from Meneldir is the vector quest to Cardaland. It starts here in Swanfleet, but I'm going to leave that till quite a bit later because I'm going to have a lot to do in Breeland before that becomes the next priority. Now, if I ride back to here, I'm now headed in the direction where I need to do the Wood Troll quest. And it's got some elites up there. Come on, jump up. Right, here we go. The lobbers throw rocks that stun you. Bing. On 4 times speed, it doesn't look like you're stunned very much, but I would say the stun period on this is longer than average, but not as bad as those Uruk captains. Now, if I had known this area better and known the deeds better, because there are many deeds that I'm about to do, which I've never done before, I would have carried on further because there's a book of poetry in one of the little bits of ruin. But at the time I was doing this, I didn't know that. And I was concentrating on quests only for the time being. Now, back up to this guy near the Uruk camp and another quest to go and take out a certain quantity of them, but also tag the warg pens. They're empty. But the first time you do the garbage heaps, the second time the warg pens, and the third time you get a quest to kill Uruks here. Well, there is nothing else. It's just taking out a bunch of them again. And yet, 3 rounds of going around here and taking out Uruks for quests still wasn't enough to fulfill the Slayer deed for Swanfleet Uruks. But I'm ready to report back. And whoops, one of them followed me down the hill. You know, you were saying? And another quest to go back up. Obtain information by defeating Uruks, 8 of them. Anywhere around will do. Found another captain. Just to make it different. Hadn't been in that room before. 6. Shattered pitchers are for scholars, which, as I've said before, I'm going to change this character from a woodworker to a scholar. Once I've got probably the level 42 bow that you can craft, because that's the last good crafted one before you start getting legendary items. So that's enough. I went up to level 17 by accident. I meant to switch the Stone of the Tortoise back on when I was about halfway through 16, but I forgot. So my level meter at the bottom of the screen looks completely black now because it's not progressed at all, but it's switched off, grayed out. So time to have another bunch of walks. Just a few more. Oh, this is still a quest, isn't it? This is a second round of defeat invading wargs. Now, but as soon as I got it done, it sent me to take out a boss way up north. It would have been better if I'd taken out that bunch of wargs up in that north location. Instead of going to the place that I already knew. But that place, although there are fewer wargs there, they respawn much faster than up north. Now I'm starting to add into my list deeds because I'm now on the last quest for Swanfleet, except for the ones that pop up as a result of chasing the deed for the elite creatures. So I've got 3 Slayer deeds to do: wargs, uruks and brigands. So I'm going up to do wargs and to finish the last quest. So let's take out a couple. Now I activate the white hand banner, and here's the boss who is a rider. But reporting that quest back in will end all quests in Swanfleet. So while I was here, I took out as many wargs as I could find. But like I said, this place, the wargs respawn very slowly. So I won't be doing the deed here. I'll be doing it back near the middle of the map. Now it's pretty obvious what places I need to go to for the Uruk and Brigand deeds. The Uruk's back where I was just a little earlier. But I've also got these deeds that involve picking up items, and there's the boss animals of various kinds, and there's the treasure chests, which I haven't put on the list yet. Now here's one of those elite creatures. They're a kind of, I forget what they're actually referred to as when you do a hunt for them. They say something like super elite masters. But each one creates another quest, and I need to go to a guy at the bottom of the cliff in Glen Hillig to hand the items in. But this is the turtle area, which has items for 2 of the deeds. Now, that was the first of the treasure caches that I found. So I've got to add that to the list. Now I'm thrilled to hand in the item. I could have waited and handed them all in at once, but I was keen to make things disappear from the deed list so I could see all that is needed to be done. So here's another treasure cache. This is the one in the wolf area near Mosswood. I usually see that one when I'm doing the quests and grab it, but it didn't catch my eye this time. Now, another monster. This is the toughest sneaker breaker in the land. Grist bite. And he's in the wade water, same as the bog lurker was. So hand that one in. I've got 3 more of those bosses to get. And I found the boss rockworm. I've been flanked, but it doesn't matter much. That turquoise rockworm is not going to do much damage. But whittle it down. They've got a greenish tint to their frames up in the top left. The bosses. Right, let's get the item quest. I'll go hand that one in. Now, there's 2 left. By far the hardest thing in searching all this stuff out was the boss shrew called Gnaw. It's a very rare spawn, and I've searched the area over and over again, but I've only recorded the successful one. But here's the toughest one of all, I think. Look at the green tint on its frame up top. It's decorated kind of like the wandering threats. It's 2 levels above me, as well as being Super Master Elite or whatever. And this is where I came closest to dying from combat. The only deaths this character has had was from falling. Okay, I actually used one of my Athelas potions. Yes. A rotten old tree that took a lot to chop down. Nearly there. Oh, you would have seen them. Because these are short clips of me finding all these spread out things. That's why I put them in the video at normal speed. But the grinding for Slayer deeds will be at faster speed again. And that one in.
Hello, hello.
Now the treasure caches are now on my deed list, but I've only got 2 of them so far. This is an Uruk hunt back in the obvious place, where I've already had 3 rounds of quest. Now I want to get as many as possible. So, back on 4 times speed. And at this level, you see how long I was stunned for there, but wasn't too much of a worry. Now that I know I can handle the captains, I can just go around quickly and take them all out. And I just had a quick go of Rain of Arrows there, which I only just got, level 17. On my meter at the bottom, you can now see some blue, but that's an automatic daily bonus from being VIP. I'm not using anything to increase XP for this character, because I'm going to be turning it off more often than wanting more. But level 17 will now take me to the end of this zone and all through Strider's part of the epic. Places like Buckland, the Old Forest, and as far as Adzo's camp before I need to go up again. Oh, Captain came up behind. Just takes a bit longer. And I'll seek them out in all the nooks and crannies. Captain come up behind me again, because they wander around. And up to 70 of 80 Uruks. Five left to go. 4, Captain again, 3, 2, and of course, got one more than I need. But there goes the deed being awarded to me. I cut the video straight to here, where I'm going to do the brigand deed. Also has captains, but no bother, and this is a lower level area anyway. But certainly the place to come for a large quantity of brigands. In fact, I think there's really twice the number here that I'll need. Won't be a case of waiting for any respawns. And Rain of Arrows worked through the tent roof. 54 of 60. Rain of Arrows again. And I'm going to finish this off by Heart Seeker on the guy up in the tower. So that's that deed, leaving only wargs and the item searching deeds. Besides Gnaw the Shrew, who is supposed to be north of Glenhelig, but I've searched that area 4 times using the hunter's hunting ability to try and find it, and it's just never on the list. So, last of the wargs. Well, I think I came back here a bit later. I got a bit tired of the grind here and had a break and went looking for more of the treasures and other stuff. Now, this is what I mentioned before about the wood troll area. I couldn't jump in at the top there. I had to come around the slope, but there's the collection of poetry. So now there's only 3 things on that item list. There's another treasure cache. Creatures too low a level now to get at me. But some of these are very hard to get to. They're on the top of mountain ridges, like on the map there, that have only one way up, so you've got to go round and round it, searching for the path or the place where you can jump. These footpads are too scared to attack me at my level, but it was mighty hard finding that ruin. Now the cornerstone is Caris Gellibrand, there on the map, where there was a whole bunch of items and chests. But this is one where the map on Lotro Wiki was not accurate. It took me ages to find that one. Now, there's something south of here, down by the river, and there it is. I was just having a look round there because I hadn't really looked at that waterfall before. I had no reason to come to this spot until now. But there's the pendant and there's just an engraved stone left. And that's in the ruin that's right on the border with Enedwaith, just here, coming down that steep slope from the Enedwaith zone. So yet another virtue I need to flip to. Though I've only got 4 slots for them, they all give you passive bonuses, so they're not completely useless. And this treasure cache was at the place where you pull the pins from the siege engines. Again, I just didn't happen to see it while I was there. Well, I decided to grab a wooden chest while I was there. 1 superfluous archer. So, 4 treasure caches left. Now here I am right over on the western end of the Wade Water, sort of middle island on the west side. And that's where you can find that, although it is hidden behind a rock. And over here, we're in the north of the map, near the river that is the border with the Angle of Mythithel, which is the new Troll Shores region. It's very easy to accidentally cross into the Troll Shores here, because they haven't done that thing of making mountain ranges with narrow passes. Here you can cross from one zone to the other at just about any point. But this is way up north, extreme edge of the map, again near the Troll Shores. And I've got 1 treasure cache left, and this one is right near the south. It's halfway between Lintrev or Glenhelig and the spider area that we did in the south here. There's the final cache and more virtue for doing it. And 2 things left on the list now. I was just checking I haven't missed anything out. Looking at the completed list there. And on the uncompleted list, there were 2 deeds which are actually Cardaland because they share the same page here. And another couple were parent quests, which will fire off as soon as I've done what's on my list. So I have Nor and I have more walks. So I think I'm just doing the last warg here. Bing. And the smooth grass because I turned the frills off. There we go. That only leaves Nor. So I steeled myself to go off to that zone and search it yet again, a 5th time, and it was 5th time lucky. I found it on the the hunting ability, and it was just about the easiest one to take out, but the hardest one to find. And now I've got 1 quest to report. That's the last quest of any kind for Swanfleet. And now I'm taking the title that it took such a long time to get and checking the deeds again. There are none left for Swanfleet. So it's time to go back to Bree.